Hey guys, welcome back to Raptor's garage, and we are staying in the garage today because it is miserable outside. It is chucking it down the rain. It would have been a much nicer job to do outside so we can clearly show you everything we're doing, but today's episode is the big one. We're going to basically finish cutting up Heimdall in order to get this fiberglass kit on. So basically Paul's been busy during the week finishing the final prepping, so what we're going to do first is we'll just jump back a few days and we'll show you what he's been up to.
Well, we're rapidly working our way through this job. If you've seen the last video, you saw me doing a load of the welding on the chassis, getting this chassis back to some sort of decent amount of strength, putting this air tank in, and I've chopped up the rear winch bumper. Now what I've got to do tonight is finish wire wheeling the chassis, which is that bit over there, and get a coat of red oxide on it. Now want to get a coat of red oxide on it because apparently it's going to rain tomorrow and the workshop gets damp overnight, so I want to get it all sealed up and sort of semi-rust proofed. But got a new piece of kit to show you just round the corner. If you've seen I don't know if you'll have seen the video yet, I don't know if it's been out, but we've got the LongRanger 4x4 rear section for the truck, and what an awesome piece of kit it is. The guys down there, absolutely brilliant. If you're thinking of building a pickup, go and see those guys. The stuff in that place is brilliant. But let me just show you this back, the roof and the other bits I've got. Right guys, here's the new back of the truck. It's absolutely awesome. You cannot believe how good this is till you've actually seen one. The fit and finish, considering this is, it's come straight out of the mould, they've trimmed it, they've taken the excess off. It's almost ready, it's good enough just to put on and leave. The quality is absolutely mint. It's awesome. So I can't wait to get this on. Now I've got this piece, I've got a roof, I've got the inner roof. I didn't have the headliner because I'm building my own for this truck because I've got some things I want to build in the roof. But we're going to be getting this on Saturday, so we're going to have a much more in-depth video of where to cut and how to fit and get this on. I mean, apparently they don't take long to put on. The actual work involved isn't that much, but it's just getting the truck ready to accept it. That's where the work is. But oh man, can't wait. But right, let's get the wire wheel out. Let's get this red oxide on the chassis. That's better. That's got the worst of it off. So now I'm just going to chuck a coat of red oxide over this. Keep any rust away. Get a quick blow down with the airline and get a paintbrush out. Well, what a difference a coat of red oxide makes. Nearly looks like a real one now, doesn't it? That's going to help, that's going to help keep the rust away. What I'm going to do is, I'm probably going to give it another coat of that once that's dry. I'll probably do it tomorrow. You can't have too much rust protection on these. We are going to actually Raptor this chassis, but for now this will help to keep the rust away, but I think that just looks so much better like that. Right. I'm done for today and I will see you all tomorrow.
So that's the sort of chassis prep done for now. So our job today now is we're going to try and work out exactly how we put this fiberglass kit on. Now, you've seen the previous video of when we went to visit Clint up at LongRanger. Obviously we grilled him as to what we need to do, but it really is, without physically doing it, a case of we just need to take our time, start doing some measurements, we're going to start doing some cuts. We're obviously going to always overcut all the time until we start getting, you know, nearer and nearer to what we want.
It's like anything though. It's the first time you do it, it's about trial and error.
The
next one we do will be dead easy.
Yeah, I mean, we'll obviously, once this is all done, Clint will see it. If he can give us any tips when we pick up the next kits, anything we could have done to make it quicker. But we've got a good idea of what needs to be done. But again, we're going to have to take measures out. We'll take you through it as we're doing it, and show you, you know, apparently how easy these kits are to put together.
It looks relatively easy.
Yeah.
It's just cutting off the ends of the sills where you need to cut them, and cutting off the roof.
Yeah.
Joining it back up looks is dead easy. It's
Yeah.
basically dry fit it, test it, make sure everything fits, get all your alignment holes in, bolt it all in, test fit it again. Always test fit it at least 3 times, make sure you're happy, get your door shuts right, make sure everything opens and closes, nothing's catching, then take it off, glue it all in place, because we're going to be using a PU adhesive, which is a sealant and adhesive. Glue it all in place and bolt it all up, and then it's permanent.
Yeah.
It's like the 4th time we put it on, that'll be it. There's no going back. It's on. Where it fits is where it fits.
Our first job, the most important job to start with, is to get the truck level.
Is leveling the truck. If you, I don't know if you can see from this angle, but the truck's sitting like that because we've been working on the chassis. So leveling the truck, we're not going to be leveling it that way. It makes no difference. We want it level in a level plane. Now, the only datum point you've actually got on the vehicle now to level it is the rest of the swage line in the middle. So in the doors you've got the swage line, that body line that's pressed into the doors. We're just going to level it up so the truck sits level that way, so that we can put everything on in the same plane. Now, everyone goes on about, you know, you've got to get this right and that right. It's all about what it looks like when it's finished.
Yeah.
It's got to look right. It doesn't matter if it's out, but if it looks right, it's right.
Yeah.
Because you don't want a thing that's going to draw people's eye.
Yeah.
The doors are like that and the back's like that.
Yeah.
You want it all in the same plane. So all we're going to do is level the truck up, put a spirit level down each side, get it level, and then we're going to work from there. So once we've done that, we're going to cut the roof off. So it's grinder time again.
So there you go. Don't forget, guys, if you're doing any grinding, cover your windows up because you will screw them up.
Oh yeah. Make sure your windows are covered.
Cover your windows up. We're going obviously with a harder kit for this first one. We've got the flat roof one. The reason we've got the completely flat roof is because obviously with the design of what we're building, we're going to have the hard top roof tents coming over the top of the roof. So we wanted to keep them low. We are going to fit on grey worm.
So basically we're fitting a Range Rover roof.
Yeah, the high roof is basically just a case of you put it over the existing roof. This one, it actually means that we have to cut off completely the roof. So
the whole thing has to go.
Yeah.
Bar about 20-25 mil at the front where we want to glue it onto the windscreen.
Right.
But yeah, let's get this leveled.
Let's do it. This is going to look cool.
Right. If you come down, oh no, actually you're worse than that.
Even that's will it sit on that edge?
Well, yeah, any edge as long as it's level. Yeah, keep going down. It's not actually that bad. Yeah, I'm not that far. One more will do this side. Bloody indicator. One more and I'm there. So if you want to come down a bit, just bring it down so it comes down evenly on the jacks. And within tolerance, let's get that back. One more and it'll be bang on. So if you want to come down because you're still way high, oh, it's going to be loads easier to work on. Exactly the same. And if you do that, I'll be bang on. But it was though, because I know this arse end is actually down because when we put the suspension back in, it's going to be sitting like that.
Until it's got some bit more weight in it again.
Well, it'll still sit up like that because I've got 110 springs, so it's still going to be sitting up.
But it's just.
Well, that's what it was. We went from.
I struggled to.
We went from that to be able to do that.
But nothing's changed as far as it's the whole thing. The clearance underneath has never changed.
It's never changed.
But what we've said all along, get the actual centre of gravity down, so you're more stable when you're doing what you're doing. It's not about getting the body high; it's about getting
clearance under
your axles and the diffs high.
A guide.
So we've very much overcut that front piece just because we can, there's no point, like I said, we'll start, everything's oversized, we'll bring it down as we get a better idea.
Well, plus this is a different roof, it isn't like doing an ordinary one, so we need to get out some reinforcing that I put in this roof.
Yeah, so remember when Paul did the roof chop, he's got some basic bracer bars in there. Now that roof is actually bonded to those bracer bars, which are still attached to bits that we're keeping, so we're going to have to just break those bonds. But ordinarily by this point your roof would pop off, wouldn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. You'd have to up and over bars, but they're not glued anywhere near as much as this is.
This is unique to the build that Paul did, just having these braces in. That's why he's just had to snip through those.
It's off.
There we go, it's off.
Backwards and then over to me, and then we just check outside. I've still got more than you have. I didn't want to cut towards the windscreen. That blue's good.
Maybe we put his cup towards it. I'll go that way.
Hang on. I got it. I'm good.
Hey!
It's been in this position before.
It's memories, isn't it? It's like, I remember this from previously.
I remember this from such times as the last time you did it. Right. So, now I need to cut these off. I need to cut those off. Well, they'll just get taken off with a spot weld tool. Cut that one off. Clean this top up. Cut this down where we need it to be cut down to, which will be a lot lower than that.
And cut these not
Well,
a little bit short.
yeah, we need to cut those about there.
Yeah. Again, we'll oversize it, and then once the back we start lifting.
And we'll keep offering it up. Truck's getting lighter. Once we offer that up, I don't think that little lip we left in is going to be all right.
Yeah. So those guys we use that basic metal stake just to keep
Hang on.
the lines.
I'll just show them. We just use that rod as a guide. Well, I think if we drop the inner roof in, once we take these off, I nearly fell through the floor. Once we take these off, that inner roof drops on top of here, gets glued and tech screwed in.
Right. So essentially
it
we've
sits
got to make sure all our wiring is in place.
Well, we can run the wiring will have to come up. Let me bring the camera. The wiring will have to come up through here and over the top to the centre console, CB and everything. Then I think I'm going to put some wood on the back of that and just silicone that in place. So I've got something to screw to the me overhead console in, and then I've got that reflective heat-proof matting to go on the inside, so it reflects the heat outwards. And I might do the back of the roof with whatever's left.
Okay guys, it's just thinking ahead is obviously, you know, having that idea of what you want, any wiring you want coming out in the top, such as your CB, interior lights, aerial for the CB coming in.
Yeah, all those things.
Think about it before, because once it's all in place,
there's no going back.
There's no going back. There's no taking a headliner out and pulling a headliner down like before.
Let's just show you quickly where we're up to. Sorry about the flickering on the screen, guys. It's the lights in here, and I can't stop this GoPro flickering. So you'll have to put up with that for a bit. We've just offered up this is the inner roof. Yeah, this is the inner roof, which is going to form the basis of the new headliner. Now, I've just cut off the excess bits to try to get this to fit. And you're learning as we're learning. We've not fitted one of these before, so we don't know exactly how it goes, even though we spoke to Clinton about it. And but until you actually do it, you don't know, and it's one of those learning curves. So we've just looked at this, and we reckon that you've got, if Chris Biz hand model, Biz, is that even a word?
Something like that.
If Chris,
Biz.
If Chris is the hand model, right, where his hand is now is the outer roof. Yep. And now we need to retain that piece, possibly not as big as that, but we need to retain some of that to actually glue the roof on. So if you have a look at the corners where I've chopped them, I've brought it up and round. So the roof sits in the gutter and then it gets bonded above the windscreen. There's a bracer on the inside of what would be the inside of the roof. That would have attached the original centre console visors and all those bits on. Now I've removed some of the bits before, but the tabs that are sticking out are where the sun visors used to go. Now we reckon we've got to cut that off completely. So along that edge there has got to be cut off and ground off so that we can slide this roof into place so it sits up behind the outer roof. And we can't see any other way of doing it. So literally, if you go over there, that piece there is going to go away.
Yes, we're going to leave this flat, the flat part of it.
Yeah. If you look on this side here, you can see that it's flat on the back where it's actually made. So we're going to cut the front edge away so we can slide this fiberglass roof in place. And well, that's what we're going to do, because that's the only way we can think of doing it. And like I said, you're learning with us, so if we mess up, we'll tell you.
Enjoy the trip.
Enjoy the trip, yeah. It's wild, and well, it's wet as well at the moment.
Which I prefer to be around you if it's going to be wild and wet, but there you go, I'll be with you. It's wet and miserable outside. Storm Dennis. That's like the worst name for a storm, isn't it?
It's like Raptor's garage weather forecast.
Yeah, it is. It is the updates.
We have the updates on the weather on this channel. Come back to this channel for your weather updates.
So harsh it is. We'll do the traffic soon later on in this segment.
It's stopped.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere at the moment. So it's all moving ahead very nicely. We're basically about to make the last major cut, which is basically to shorten this now in order for us to get the roof on. We've sat the inner roof on.
We just want to test fit the roof. That's what we're
because you've just taken the front lip down now to literally about 20 mil.
Yeah, roughly, very roughly.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be overly precise. I think there's a bit in the middle that might need to come off, but it's again that when you're doing these, there ain't two Land Rovers the same.
Yeah.
Because I've just noticed in this, the driver's side A-pillar, the reinforcing piece in the top of the pillar is twisted.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, well, that's going to be out by X amount of mil and degrees and all this, that and the other. So there ain't two the same. So when you're doing this, make sure you test fit everything.
I mean, this is a good point, because Clinton said he built this on a pretty much as in best shape possible disco to start with. But this mean your disco is in the right shape.
This one wasn't in the best shape because it was rotten when we started. It's been rebuilt, so things have been able to twist.
It's had the roof taken out of it before.
It's had the roof taken out. It's had loads of abuse. It's had loads of load on it. So everything's settled and moved and twisted. There ain't two the same. This is what I'm trying to. What I'm trying to say, guys, is there ain't two the same.
Ian Dixon at Dixon Fabrication posted something recently, because I think some customer had given him grief saying my bumper and your holes don't line up with my Defender, and it's like, you think these things are designed on a CAD system? They're laser cut out to be absolutely precise.
Doesn't mean your chassis is not
it
better.
Means, exactly. And
someone's been winching off the chassis.
It's a 40-year-old freaking vehicle. What do you think's out of line here?
Looks like that.
My computer designed laser cut piece of,
which is perfect.
Or your chassis.
Yeah.
So
I'd go for the chassis bent, because I've had several Land Rovers with bent chassis.
Exactly.
It only takes to winch off them too hard, or they're only they're less than 2 mil thick. The chassis twist really easy.
Yeah, we've seen that.
But back to my original what's it? There ain't two the same.
Yeah. So we're going to offer some things up. We've also cut this lip back now, so we've got 35 mil on here, which I've just left. I've just trimmed this off. Watch the brake line, because obviously you've got a brake line running under here. You don't want to make more work for yourself by going through that. That 35 mil is going to match the lip on the bottom of the rear piece, and then we can just again adjust that as we go.
They can't see what you're pointing at because it's actually focused on us.
So. Well, I'm pointing to things down here, guys. We'll show you that.
Hang on, guys. Let me move the camera. We'll have it in realistic. What's it? And I've got to put a beer down for that. Oh, critters!
Oh, God.
Right.
At least you haven't spilled beer so far.
There's no beer been injured in the making.
There's a third beer due very soon. That's not because this has been difficult. It's just horrible outside, and the beer's going down quite nicely.
Oh, back to the weather forecast then.
Yeah.
There you go. You're back in shot.
So as I was saying, guys, we've just trimmed this here now back to 35 mil, because the lip on the bottom of which is what's going to basically sit on here on the fiberglass part is 35 mil. Well, again, we'll adjust it as necessary. Then we've got to work out what exactly we're taking off from this piece here.
Everything.
Yeah, we'll do that as we offer
all of it
and keep fitting it. And then once we've cut it all off, we'll show you exactly what it should look like if you're doing it yourself. But the next thing we do is basically chop off through here so we can test fit this roof. Okay, so guys, what we're trying to do is basically form this to be
that shape.
That shape there.
But I need my gloves.
Once we've done it, we'll be able to give you a better idea of what we've cut off. We'll compare it to the original side. As we again, it's just test fitting at the moment. We'll bring it up and test fit it into this.
Right, this isn't the finished result. What I need to do now is actually get this flush. Now I replaced these body mounts when I had did the welding originally, so I know these are solid. So I've got to get this all flushed out. I might have to put a seam welding down this edge just to join everything back together, and we need to then work at think we're going to have to trim a little bit more off this, and then we're going to have to weld a tab in to actually bolt to the other the new panel that's going in. But that's roughly where we're going with this. So yeah, you can actually see the middle's dropped now. This section here has dropped, so it needs to come back up to there to help with the fitting. So there'll be a bit of bending and rearranging, but we're getting there. Top tip of the day: buy your discs, buy your cutting discs from Screwfix, because the ones from Fastco are junk. They disappear ever so quick. See the rust that's building up between the panels again.
These really are quite lame cutting discs, because you think, when we chopped this body in half, I used one disc, and whilst I didn't do the roof, Paul did the roof, all my half had cut in and I wasn't even through a disc.
Now these ones are junk.
Yeah. I mean, we've pretty much done 10 discs, well that's the 10th disc today.
We've got 4 left, so we've done
Pack of 10, isn't it? So
pack of 10,
6
yeah.
discs already. Test fit.
Grab it by it. Grabbing it from the bottom. Well, that was a bad test fit.
Yeah, what's actually, I mean to, yeah, well, he's hooking on the top, isn't it?
It goes under it. You know what? You know, we've also got an issue. I haven't taken the badges off the sides.
No, that's not for a moment.
No, because they need to go over that.
Will it stretch over them?
It will, but it won't give us a good idea of where it's going to fit. We're just going to...
Overland band badges stuck on the side that apparently you'll never get off. So one of the tips Clint gave us, wasn't it, is make sure the doors are fully shut when you
And the
start
seals
firing
are
this
on.
up, and the seals are in. Don't take the seals out if you're doing anything. Make sure the seals are in so the doors are shut as they will finally shut. Also, you take the bolts out for the hinges.
Yeah, that would help too.
Actually,
Going to have to razor blade them off, because they're not kidding, they don't come off. 8,000? 8,571. For anyone who wants to know. Right, I'm up on the... yeah, I'm up on the bodywork here. I need to cut more in. I'm up on this corner. Okay, I'm going to take a bit more off the top of that. I need to take the keys out of ignition as well.
yes, you do.
That's it, it's take 4 pints of beer and we're nearly there.
Remember guys, life is not about what you can buy, it's about what you can build.
Or how much beer you can drink.
So essentially, looking at it now that we're getting to this kind of point, we have pretty much just done a straight line, haven't we? From the end
It's
of
pretty much
the chassis leg,
yeah.
or the sill,
Ooh, let the smoke out.
straight line, straight across.
Ooh.
So again, we're going to test fit it, and see how it all lines up.
It's going to be a lot closer. And that we've capped up completely. I can't see that.
Yeah, but remember it's not wood, you can put shit back.
Just one thing, guys, don't try this on your own.
No.
This is not a one-handed job. I'm going to have to open it up. Right, say when. When are you in?
I'm kind of in. I'm
That's what they all said.
yeah.
Right, I think I've got an issue with this sill. Because I can't get this over the sill.
Well, I'm way out. I need to come over your way at the bottom a lot. I'm kind of in at the top.
Okay, lift it back a bit. Everything fits here, that's perfect, that's spot on.
Yeah.
But I'm that much lower.
Have a look at my side, make sure you think my side is in.
No, it's completely wrong.
My side is pretty much there, isn't it?
Aye, laddie, yours is perfect.
Yeah.
Except for it leans backwards.
Yeah, but I can't. I mean, it's a bit low here.
No, but that'll come up, that. Yours fits.
Yeah, but I can't push it up, so something's preventing me pushing it further up.
I think it's the sill, because the sill's been... That one has only been repaired. This one got replaced, and I'm wondering if it's just twisted out of shape completely. Yeah. Which made me, we may have to cut the end off the sill.
Sills. And bend them in.
Bend them in and re-weld them.
Yeah.
Because both of these sills have been repaired.
Yeah.
Guys, the camera is running. This is what we were saying before about the no two Land Rovers are the same. That's had a new sill this side, and this one's been repaired, and literally this sprang out at the end because there's multiple layers of metal. Yeah. So if we chop them, fold them, weld them back in, put the tabs in at the same time, won't take them many minutes. Yeah. This will go straight on. Yeah. These possibly, well, this side's all right, but the other side wants shortening. Yeah. Right, so we've got to fold the ends of these sills in.
Right.
Literally. After much messing around to get this to fit, this isn't an issue with the panel. The panel is perfect. The problem is my truck isn't. Now, like we said before, no two trucks are the same. Now, I know by looking up in this top corner on the roof of my truck, where we cut through the piece over the top of the windscreen, that's twisted. So I know this truck's bent, but I also know this truck was rotten before I welded it together, so it had let all the panels twist. And I've seen it so many times with people going back going, these panels don't fit. No, the panels fit, your car's the wrong shape, mate. That's basically it.
Like I said, it's had two off-road owners, hasn't it?
This truck's done 10 years off-road. So, you know, it's got rot, abuse, all the other things. And I'm not laying any fault with these panels at all, that we're having to play to get them to fit. The panels fit, the truck's bent. I know this, I've seen lots of bent cars before and had to play this game loads of times. But at the moment, this top line fits, this shut line fits, this is a bit out this way, we've got to tweak this. There's a little bit on the other side. But all in all, I mean, what time is it now? Like 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock?
Because we're stopping to film it.
We're stopping to film. We'd probably done this in, you know, if we just got stuck into this and weren't filming, we'd probably get it done in 5 hours.
Well, also remember, guys, is that Paul's he comes from a body shop background, so he's quite anal about making sure he gets the best possible fit.
Yeah, I want these gaps half this size, I want to pull this in, I know what's bent, I know what I've replaced in the past, so it's like, no, we'll get it right. And as far as I'm concerned, these fit, and they fit well.
It's awesome, doesn't it?
And it looks really cool. It's like, we've just dropped the inner liner on, which we may have to trim to get in. It's like, it's one of them, it's just fettling. This is where all the time, when you take something to a body shop, this is where all the time and money is. Yeah. You see, oh, you've just put a wing on that. Yeah, the guys have spent 5 hours trying to make it fit. You know, it's one of them. So no, I'm happy. So we're going to carry on fettling and drinking beer and more beer. Great how beer makes panels.
I know, I'm going to get one. I think I get another one.
More beer.
Yeah.
Should nearly fit.
So thinking of now putting a piece, that's where we're going to put the cross piece, isn't it? A piece across the top to brace it all up.
Can't hear a word you say. Say that again.
I was saying now we're going to put a bar across the top now to kind of brace.
Yeah, on the inside, because this, you've got your A pillar, your B pillar, and obviously the C pillar is now missing. There's nothing bracing these two pieces. So when we get everything square, we're going to put a ratchet strap between this and pull it all together now, so that the roof fits. And then once we've done that and got it all together, we're going to tuck a piece of 25 by 50 mil box inside and just square it all up and just weld that in, and that'll tie everything together to make this a full square. Basically, to take the flex out of these pillars, because the only place that's holding your B pillar in is going to be the bottom now. So yeah, just a case of squaring everything up and getting it all tight. But it's a learning curve, isn't it?
Right guys, so using the ratchet strap, we've just got these doors lined. You see now that is absolutely perfect with the door. We're basically going to fix this in place just to give us that bracing then on the top. We cut this and measured it while the back was on, tacked it in place, now Paul's going to weld it in and make it a bit more permanent. Hey guys, you can see where we're taking the end of the sill off just to allow the room that we need. So Paul is in the process now, just basically putting a cap over the end of that, welding it back up. And a big shout out to Tiny, who's provided the beers the other weekend for us, which has kept us going today. And when you get this many beers, it's often out of frustration with a job, but this isn't out of frustration, it's just been this cracking day. We're really enjoying fitting this kit because it looks completely awesome.
And we're alcoholics.
Yeah, we're alcoholics now. The Guinness has gone really well today.
Tiny's fault.
A lot of that is down to the fact it is that freaking miserable outside.
Oh, it's back to Raptor's garage weather forecast again.
That's it. It's the weather forecast. Stay tuned for the latest news on coronavirus. So we've been fettling for the last sort of half hour, just getting everything to line up. It's not something you can rush, just basically it needs two of you. Take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on, make some adjustments. Now we did overcut this piece. We did cut it too short. Our original idea of where it should go to was correct. Should have been about 35 mil, so we've basically, Paul's just tacked in this piece here, because what we're going to do is we'll obviously put some bolts, we've got some stainless steel nuts and bolts we're going to put through here to fix this bit. And there's tabs there that will bend over in order to give us something to fix to just there. And again, that bracer bar we've put to put everything straight and give it some rigidity. But yeah, this is fitting really nice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put some tech screws just into here. So basically it's the difference between a dry fit and a wet fit. Dry fit is we're going to basically clamp it, use the screws, get everything lined up and fix it. And then once we're happy it's 100% as straight as we can possibly get it, then we'll take it off and then we'll start using all the mastic and everything and do a wet fit. We basically put it back up, line it up with the screws, holes and everything that we've already made and fix it once and for all. But it looks cool.
It looks awesome. And worse than that, I've just had Chinese delivered.
Right, get on then.
So let's get this on.
Yeah.
Come on. The world's bluntest textures.
Yeah. So we're liking cutting discs from Screw Fix.
We don't like the tech screws.
Tech screws are a bit naff.
I'll find those ones later. Oh, there's one embedded in the door. There we go. There's the other one.
So So the idea, guys, we're going to hold one side, because this side is perfect, we're going to hold this in place. And we'll be able to reuse these screws, because once we stick it, there's actually a trim which goes down and it hides the screws that go.
Well, we can actually even either reuse these or put rivets in, whatever, because there's a cover plate that goes over this. But I'm really happy with that. That's going to pull in at the bottom, so that's a really good fit. And now we've just got to jiggle with this side till it fits. This side needs to come up.
Right. I'm going to put you guys down because I'm going to hold this and jiggle it while Paul basically screws it in place.
You jiggle it, Chris!
I'm going to jiggle with something while Paul screws. That just doesn't sound right.
And this is the joy after a full day's work. Of sweeping up and cleaning the workshop. Awesome! We're all cleaned up. That Chinese beer.
Yay.
Awesome.
I'm going to take those because I'm pulling apart
And I'll see you tomorrow.
tiles. It's not blinding myself.
Yeah.
Coming. Our
Tiles are evil.
I know. And only the horrible porcelain shitty ones.
Yeah. I love that.
I think that's ace.
Right, I'm going to pack all this up. I'm going to take all these in. Good morning, guys. It's Sunday morning, and just thought I'd show you what we actually did yesterday. Now it's actually about 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and I'm just about to go off to work. Well, that's very bright, isn't it? There we go. Should help a bit. Now, what we did yesterday was get this cab section to fit. After much playing around, not due to the panels, due to the fact that my sills have been altered in the past. So, like we said yesterday, you know, there's no two Land Rovers the same. I've got some more work to do today on this. So, let's go down here. Now, I've exposed some more of the chassis, so when I get back from work, I can wire wheel that chassis up and get that bit painted. And we had to alter the ends of the sills because my sills are slightly longer than they should be. So we cut a step out in the sill for that panel to fit. So all that's gone together quite well. It's all seam welded back in. There's a little bit more work to do, a little bit more welding like I just said. So we've got those done. But man, does this fit well. Let's go around this way. The light's going to change completely now, guys. There we go. Have a look. It's very hard to film in here today. It's a bit dark, but there you go. You can see that. That body line is pretty much perfect. It's not fastened in properly at the bottom yet. We've got to pull that in. There's, like I say, there's still a bit of tweaking to do. But I'm loving it. It looks fantastic. Let's just go around this side. We are on just walk around cam today, guys. I'm just holding the camera because, like I said, I'm just going off to work. I've got some welding to do in there. I'm going to finish repairing that, clean all that out, get it ground up now, I can get at it. We've welded up the end of that sill so that body line fits. We've just got to come down here. We've just got to tweak this corner a bit because we need it to go that way just a touch. So it's a bit, yeah, we need to just adjust this corner here so it goes that way, so we can get that door shut just right, because it's just sitting out, it's just not sitting right at the moment. We've got too much of a gap here. We need everything to move that way. Look, we've got an inside. Turn the light up for you. And that's what the inside looks like. Now, one of the things we've got to do today is we've got to take all this apart and I've got to prime everything. I'm just going to go over with some that red oxide over all the bare metal before we start putting everything together. Now, we have added that bar in. Now, that bar isn't part of the kit, it's something we've done. It makes the back of the roof stronger, but we've got some equipment racking that's going to go in, so we thought we'd add that in to put some strength into the roof section, and we can attach the racks that we want. We're going to have some they're going to be mesh panels or solid panels, we haven't decided yet, that are going to have all the tools and just, you know, day-to-day stuff that you're going to be grabbing just hung up there. And I've got to give me somewhere to put speakers. But yeah, so that's where we're up to now. Doesn't that look pretty? Let's just brighten the picture up for you. There you go. Doesn't that look pretty? We've got a couple of bits to make good in some places, but that's all body work. I don't mind that. Now that jack, the jack that's sitting in the corner, because I haven't got any clamps on the bottom, we were just lining up the panel so we know when we need to adjust stuff. But we'll pretty much have this done today. So I'm going to go to work, and me and Chris will be back later.